And it's actually about Marvel Rivals. All right, y'all. I got one batch of articles. Then we're gonna hop on Mecha Break, play a little bit. If you love Marvel Rivals and you want to see it around long term, I feel like YouTube doesn't push the positive because I always got to search for the positive stuff, the negative stuff. Well, so the way the algorithm, before we get into this, the way the algorithm works is it's based off of engagement. This is why I fuss at y'all. Y'all don't have to come in here and drop sub. I mean, I'd appreciate it. You don't have to super chat. You don't have to drop subs. The main thing I ask is if you enjoy what you're watching, just share the video. And it's like pulling teeth to get people to hit the like button on a goddamn video, bruh. If more people hit the like button, it's more likely for it to hit your engagement. So like if you want to see more of my stuff or whoever you want to watch, make sure you hit the like button because it's more inclined to show up. But if you're watching stuff, even if you enjoy it and you don't hit the like button, it might not show up. And that's why you have to constantly search for stuff, bro. But anyways, if you love Marvel Rivals, it's here to stay. It is here to stay. NetEase plans to support Marvel Rivals for 10 years and beyond. Marvel Rivals start to life has been astounding. It's reached over 40 million players. I didn't know it reached that many. Last number I saw was 20 million. I will say though, bro, have MR downloaded for the last 2 months, but seeing you play just made it look too sweaty and stressful. Marvel Rivals, yeah. I didn't know they reached 40 million. That's crazy. Within its first 3 months, holding on to them better than any other live service title released in the last few years, and it's caused serious damage to Overwatch 2's player count in the process. Not bad for a game that's almost canned. Despite its success, it doesn't look like NetEase plans to rest on its laurels, with the company confirming in its recent Q4 earning call that it has plans to support the game for at least 10 more years. Pushing the objective is going to get old after 10 years. They're going to have to add more game modes. And I think another issue I told you I think they're going to have is like, there's so many overpowered characters in the Marvel universe, just trying to keep the game balanced. Because here's the thing, right? Everybody was complaining that Storm was OP in season 1. So she was getting banned in diamond and above lobbies every game, right? Same thing with Wolverine. The problem is, right? And they did nerf Storm, but the problem is, as they continue to add characters, each team only gets 2 bans. So there's going to be 4 characters banned per game. After a certain number of characters, you're going to have to learn to deal with other characters. You can't ban Storm forever. You can't ban Wolverine forever because there's going to be some characters that come along that people are not going to like, and you're not going to be able to ban them. And I think that's going to piss some people off.
I get the chance to glaze. I mean, gaze Sonic's dream.
Yo, shout out to, I think that's going to piss some people off because they don't want to learn how to counter stuff. There are people out there that still don't know how to bait. I'm not going to lie, Wolverine doesn't really bother me that much. He can be annoying sometimes, but if you see a Wolverine in your lobby, the way you counter him is, you know exactly what he's going to do. He's going to jump after your tank. So as soon as he jumps after your tank, you ping him and the team jumps him. Focus fire, he's dead. The problem is people don't want to focus fire. They don't want to play as a team. I'm not going to lie. Storm doesn't really bother me that much either. I can count on one hand the number of storms that have made me switch my game plan. Y'all don't, and maybe it's because I play her, I know how to counter her. Y'all don't want to learn how to play the game. He said, yeah, the thing is, who dropped the super chat? Let me show you some love. Let me show you some love. So at some point, this banning system, it's not going to bail y'all out. Y'all got to learn to play the game. Yo, shout out to She with the super chat, just showing some love. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. He said 10 plus years of idiot teammates. Let me put it on the multi-chat so I can see y'all. That's funny. 10 plus years of idiot teammates. I'm out. And that's why I think engagement-based matchmaking in the long run could hurt this game versus skill-based matchmaking. Teamwork makes the dream work, so it makes sense that people can't deal with characters like Wolverine. I'm not gonna lie, DPS players failing to take care of the flyers is pissing me off. Right, like why yesterday we was in a diamond lobby. Why am I still screaming, can we please shoot the Iron Man? If you just focus the Iron Man and keep him out of the game, you're now playing a 5v6 the entire time. It's an easy win. I don't know if y'all were in here yesterday. I was the only one that was shooting at the Iron Man, and I had him low most of the time, but you know, he could fly away. If somebody else poked at him with me, we would have killed him every time. But somehow that's my fault. Anyways, starting around 41:30 during the call, its investor call, there was a Q&A section. NetEase was asked its 40 million users in its future plan, including future crossovers in esports. In response, NetEase said Marvel Rivals, especially after season 1, has gained wide appraisal from worldwide players. This is a product we're going to keep investing in, both in development and on marketing. We do believe this is a product we're going to keep operating, keep enhancing, and keep investing in for the 10 years and beyond. Regarding its future plans, NetEase says the team does have plans for esports. We're going to announce our esports plans to further enhance our gaming ecosystem. We're also going to do a lot of crossover events and promotions with other media in the future. I'm curious to see, will they do like a circuit of tournaments, or will they do their own league like the Overwatch League? That'd be interesting. What's NetEase trading for? NetEase stock price.
Thanks for the super chat. Your donation will go towards a new pair of running shoes.
An oblivious intellectual. What?
Stalker. Her name is Amy.
You use in-game call-out buttons. I find people respond better. I do, but what I will say is I feel like I could probably be more consistent with that. I'll give you that. I could probably be more consistent with that. What is it? Skill-based matchmaking kills games. I mean, studies have come out to say the opposite. That's why skill-based matchmaking is a thing. The only people I find that hate skill-based matchmaking are the sweats. And do you know why? Because skill-based matchmaking, it parties you up with people who are a similar player level. And because you're not dominating lobbies anymore, then you hate the game. But skill-based matchmaking keeps the average person on the game, because nobody wants to get steamrolled every fucking game, bruh. It doesn't kill games. Otherwise, Call of Duty would have been dead. If skill-based matchmaking kills games, why did XDefiant fail? That was their whole selling point. We got off that shit real quick. Do you think we need more tanks? Oh yeah, of course. Absolutely. Absolutely. More tanks, more healers. I think we need more unique playstyles specifically. Not just more tanks and more healers. We need more tanks and healers that offer a different variety of gameplay styles. Because especially with the healers, there are too many healers that give invulnerability ults. You got Sue Storm, Mantis, Luna. I feel like I'm forgetting one more person. Oh, Cloak and Dagger. Am I forgetting anybody else? XDefiant had crazy hackers. Oh, okay. So XDefiant, wait a goddamn minute. Wait a god. Now, when XDefiant was hot, I said the game was full of hackers. You niggas in the chat was telling me I was ass. Now there's hackers. Do y'all see why I get frustrated? Now there was hackers. Which one was it? We're just changing the story. Skill-based matchmaking. It's not in the game. This could be the great. Here we go. This is the shit I be talking about. This is why I don't listen to nobody. Oh shit. No, skill-based matchmaking wasn't the reason XDefiant failed. So do you think Call of Duty would be in a better place if it didn't have it? Would you think you need anti-healing like negative? I think an anti-healing character could work. That'd be cool. Something that would stop all this heal all thing. There's just too many characters that play similar. Yeah, the goalpost is forever being goddamn moved. But what's the stock price going though for NetEase? $101. Do they pay a dividend? Let's see. Let's ask. Let's see, Perplexity. Does NetEase pay a dividend? I don't know how to spell that shit. To its shareholders. Hot take, but I think Black Ops 6 isn't that much better than XDefiant. I enjoyed Black Ops 6. I don't know what the current state of it is, but for like the 2 months we played, I enjoyed it. It was on Game Pass. I wasn't getting I don't really care. Yet NetEase does pay a dividend to its share hub. The company has been consistently distributing quarter. What's the percentage? The most recently quarterly dividend announced was that's not enough. So a 1.69% dividend yield. Good off that. Yeah, War Machine. War Machine would be fire, and he get to team up with Tony. That would be fire. I was denying that you were saying that. It was just skill-based matchmaking and crazy hacking. There's been maybe there needs to be more studies done on it, because I guess you could argue it was biased because it was Activision doing it, but according to their study, they saw, and the only reason I say, like, I bring it up, I don't feel like they have a reason to lie about it.
Robin's ass into oblivion.
I don't feel like they have a reason to lie about their study, just because they're trying to keep people on their game. We all know Activision does not want to make a new IP. They want to milk Call of Duty for as long as they can. So when they say that more people play because skill-based matchmaking, I tend to believe it. And I also look at the evidence of what I see on social media. And most of the people in this chat seem to agree with me. The only people I see complaining about skill-based matchmaking are sweats, because you hit your skill gap, and instead of saying, you know what, I should go to practice mode and get better, or just call it quits, you want to blame skill-based matchmaking. Versus somebody like me, when I hit my skill gap in Tekken 8, I said I'm just gonna run lobbies with the community. I don't care to practice that much. I just don't care. I only see people, YouTubers and streamers, complaining, and a handful of y'all in the chat. You just don't want to admit you're a diamond and not a grandmaster. It's a different situation. There's a lot of studies on skill-based matchmaking, and engagement-based matchmaking is free. I'm gonna have to do some research on that on my own.
Just reminded me to unsub
what up, Siggy?
Poison Ivy's OnlyFans before Selena sees.
Hi, Siggy, how you feel about the engagement-based matchmaking? How you feel about it? The little time I played the finals, I had fun. I did too. Doesn't that counteract the Activision what the Activision report said? No, it said that it kept most people on. The skill-based matchmaking kept most people on when you throw them a bone. Because it's like, it's funny because I was watching a video about it, and the analogy is the average person who plays multiplayer games, they just want to get on. It's like going to LA Fitness, right? Your local gym. You go in there to shoot hoops with the guys. And if things get a little bit competitive, at least you guys are on the same level. You're still having fun whether you win or you lose, right? Nobody wants to show up to an LA Fitness run and LeBron James is there. Now you're getting dunked on by LeBron James. Go play in the NBA. And that's what it is. You niggas don't want to go play in the NBA because the reality is like, yeah, you're good enough to play in the NBA, but you're the Wizards. In your head, you're the Mavs or you're the Cavs. You're one of these top teams, but you're really the fucking Wizards, and your ego won't accept that. My ego, I know when I hit my skill gap, I'm running lobbies. Like, yeah, you're good, but you're not that good. It's okay. It's fucking okay. It sucks because you could tell when the game throws you a bone, it doesn't even feel like you. Nah, that's facts too. That's facts too. That's another perspective too, and that's why this shit annoys me. I'm not gonna lie. It's not like, yeah, I appreciate the points, but it's not fun to steamroll a team either. I just want to have good, healthy, competitive matches with people on a similar level.
Your resub just reminded me to
but I've been honored to be dunked on by LeBron. Y'all niggas weird. I forgot. You LeBron sexuals is weird. I ain't gonna lie. Oh shit. 600 on the way. Nah, I'm not gonna give him a 600. Like Kwame Brown. Yeah. A lot of you niggas is Kwame Brown. You was going crazy in high school. Funny, bro. Oh shit. A lot of y'all is Kwame Brown. It's okay, bro. It's okay. Just admit to it. You a G League All-Star, but you Bronny. You're not LeBron. It's okay. And that's why, and the proof is in the pudding. That's why every year, y'all niggas sit on Twitter, talk about how good you are at fighting games, and every year y'all fly y'all ass out to Vegas, go play in Evo. You spend $2,000 between a flight and some hotels. You go to Evo and you drown in pools. You didn't even make it out of pools. Like, yeah, you're top rank online, but when you play against them real demons, you get exposed. Like, I don't want to hear it, bro. And zero deodorant, and you stink. I don't want to hear it. You said you got to make this a TikTok. It's that ego shit, bro. That ego shit. Like that dude yesterday I was playing with. I'm a GM. I'm on my other account. The one that was being super toxic and I was being patient with him. I'm like, bro, if you're a GM, why did you just walk over that unk? Because I've played with real GMs. Why did you just walk over that unk? A GM would have shot that unk, bro. I don't know, man. I think you're supposed to be in the lobby with me and you don't want to accept it. It feels good when you tried your best and you get the W. Sometimes it can be a close game. Sometimes you lose it simply because yeah. I just thought competitive was supposed to be competitive. Yeah, and then he played Black Widow. This shit is fucking crazy, bro. GMs love to say they GM. Them GMs who love to say they GM are GM3, and they like one game away from D-ranking. I think a lot of the problem is team balancing. If I'm playing a diamond rank, there should be only diamonds in the lobby. Yeah, I was talking about a girl about this earlier. I feel like they need to tweak the algorithm to where, because like I said, it's usually the game you're getting steamrolled or you're steamrolling the other team. They need to tweak the algorithm to where they look at everybody's individual stats, their win-loss records, and they need to put because it's 6v6, they need to put 3 demons on each team, 3 consistent demons, and then 3 shaky players. They might play good, they might play bad. That way it's always like a 50-50, but that's not the case every fucking game, bruh. It's not the case every game. Man of Steel people ignoring Unks and Namor. Yeah, ignore how you GM and you ain't shooting a squid. Facts, I've been to Evo 3 years in a row, got further in pools this year, but never made it out. And I live in Vegas, so it's only 200. And at least you being honest about it. You good at the game. Like some of y'all got, listen, I'm not saying y'all bad. Y'all good at the game. You just not that good. It's the difference between being a top 500 and being a GM. It is a difference, bruh. It is a difference. I know I never will be top 500. That shit don't hurt my feelings. I don't care. Because I'm not going to lie, your chair stinks. And I don't want a stinky chair. My homeboy is definitely that shaky player. He gets tunnel vision on getting kills. I think the games would just be more fun that way. Is there a way we can get people to stop buying accounts as well? Yeah, you're right. There's no way to stop that shit. You got me on that. There's no way to stop that shit. It's a conversation that needs to be had. I can see this engagement-based matchmaking shit kill the game. I can see it because when I tweeted about it yesterday, I saw a lot of people saying the same thing. Like, I had to take a week break. This shit is so fucking annoying. Buying accounts, why? Because people are selling them. There are people out there that get on the game, they rank the account up to like GM, and then they'll sell it for X amount of dollars, and people will buy it. And it literally happened on my stream. Somebody was typing in the all chat, "Hey, I'm selling accounts." People want to do that just so they can, it's an ego thing, just so they can say that they're a GM. Because for some reason, I don't know. I don't know if they think they're gonna get bitches or something like that. Like I hate to break it to everybody in the chat. I never had a, oh my god, you're a grandmaster in Street Fighter. Let me give him some pussy. Let me give him some throat. That's not how it works. Because you shouldn't be having sex before marriage anyway. Let's move on to the next article. He said, can that be reported? Well, who would admit to buying an account? Who would admit to it? The dude, well, yeah, I guess the dude who was, I probably should have reported him, the one that was bragging he was selling accounts. Have you seen 40-Year-Old Virgin? I've seen clips of it, but I never saw the movie. How's my mental health after yesterday's games? I'm better. I am better. Great topic at the bar. I'm better. So if you're wondering why NetEase wants to make Marvel Rivals a 10-year game and why Sony is so adamant about pushing live service games, is because this is what people play. Live service games continue to dominate, accounting for 40% of the time spent on the PS5 and the Xbox in the last month. Further reinforcing my argument, these people sit on the internet and talk about how Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is the greatest game of all time. I'm still playing Gears of War 2. No, you're not. You're playing Fortnite.
Is to me.
We have the numbers. Players are still very much focused on a handful of live service games, as over 70% of PS5 and Xbox Series players in the US played at least one of the top 10 live service games in January. Furthermore, 40% of all playtime in the US in January across those consoles was spent on those same 10 live service games. So most people are playing at least one live service game, and of those 70%, 40 are coming back constantly. That's according to Circana's analysis, Matt Piscatella. Based on Player Engagement Tracker, used to be that players would jump from big game to big game to some other games, but they were most often moving to something new that they purchased. Now, the live service games suck a ton of available time, and it's hard to beat free if it's good. But he continued, really could use some positive surprises this year and for a bunch of things to go right into 2025. So a lot is riding on new products coming to the market this year to hopefully combat or reverse some of these trends. See, that's where I disagree. Could really use some positive surprises this year. Every year there are bangers that come out. The reality is it's hard to sell a $70 game versus something that's free. And then also people have to, I feel like where I don't see these analysts talking about is there's this new phenomenon with these live service games that we never seen before the PS4 era. The sunken cost fallacy. This never applied to video games. Before, you'd play a game, move on. If it was a multiplayer game, you played it for a year or two, you moved on. With these live service games, because people buy so many skins, battle passes, whatever you're spending money on, loot boxes, people feel emotionally invested in these games, and it's hard for people to move on. It's a fucking psyop. And I wish they would talk about that more. That's why people aren't moving on. And then because of it, I think the industry as a whole suffers because people aren't trying new things. And then it doesn't help. You also got content creators out here saying gaming is dead. No, it's not. There are plenty of games out here. People just don't want to try them. In March alone, let's see, there's like 5 bangers. March game releases 2025. Let's see, Eurogamer. Let's go. March releases. So on the 28th, because I keep saying, I know it comes out in February, but Monster Hunter is a, is this year? Is this year? I don't think this is your. Oh yeah. So on the 28th, you got Monster Hunter because that's the last day of February. This is a March game. So in March, you got Monster Hunter Wilds. That's 1. Split Fiction, that's 2. Frag Punk, that's 3. Some of y'all might play WWE and MLB if you want to count those. I don't know. Assassin's Creed Shadows, that's 4. Some of y'all might be interested in Bleach. I don't know why, but you would. Some of y'all said Atomfall. You got Enzoi, The First Berserker, Killing Floor 3. There are games to play. Banger, according to who? Monster Hunter Wilds is they're already saying that's a game of the year contender. So that's 1 alone. A lot of people are excited about Enzoi. This one's a 50-50. I like the game. I like the beta, but you know, some of y'all might not be interested. It's free to play. I think you should try it out. Split Fiction will be a banger. Their last game was It Takes Two, which was a game of the year. So I have a sneaky suspicion this will be a game of the year contender because they are 2 for 2 on their games. They're going to go 3 for 3, I bet. Once again, just because you are not in the know about what's coming out does not make it a banger. That's like not hearing an album 10 years later and the shit is fire. Good music is good music. Like, what are we talking about here? Just because you choose to be ignorant about it doesn't mean there's not bangers coming out. It means you not cultured. There's a difference. I'm not talking about you specifically. I'm just speaking in general. What was the first one? I said Monster Hunter. I'm looking forward to the Stage Fright game. It Takes Two was fun as fuck for me, and my wife played it. So play Split Fiction on the 6th. It's the same company that made that game. It's another co-op game. That shit's gonna be a banger. Prime example, people picking up Kendrick for the first time. Yep. I've seen Kendrick's actually a great example. I've seen multiple TikToks of people crying because the people, first time listeners, going through his discography and listening to Pimp a Butterfly and Damn, because they just because of the whole Drake beef and thing, they're going back and listening to it. Good content is good content. It's up to you to choose whether you want to absorb that content. But we know y'all niggas not playing it. Why? Because 70% of y'all are on these damn live service games. Man, they just got the Megatron in the Fortnite. They had Goku, Mike Tyson, Albert Einstein, and a Transformer going at it at the fucking in the season 2 version 5, whatever the fuck we on, fighting each other in a Megazord. That's what you niggas want. And then they did a Travis Scott concert. They had a Travis Scott concert, and then they had the Martin Luther King, the Black History exhibit in Fortnite. Why the fuck would I play Split Fiction when they had the Black History Month Fortnite event? I was walking around. I saw Martin Luther King have a dream in the game. It wasn't a dream. It wasn't a dream. Why the fuck is funny shit? Shit is fucking funny, man. These live service games some of these live service games, they've changed the gaming industry for the better and for the worse. It's done a lot of irreparable damage. It hurts my soul to see people go, who's he talking to at the end of To Pimp a Butterfly? You know, some people, you know, reading levels are dropping to 6th grade on average now. So sometimes it takes them a little bit longer to get it, but at least they're listening, you know? Eventually it'll click. I say at least they're listening, because there was a lot of people that were like, oh, who's this person? I'm like, bro, he has 68 million listeners monthly. Now I think he has like 100 million. Being dismissive. The MLK virtual tour on Fortnite is wild. That was a real thing. That was a real thing. MLK Fortnite. Let's see. What is that? Yeah, that was a real thing that happened. Yeah, I don't remember that shit. I don't think it was received very well because people were like, what the fuck? You could go in there and watch the I Have a Dream speech, y'all. Like, you said, here you go. It was a real thing. Pull the gat out, bro. Pull the fucking gat out. Like, let that man rest. It was good intentions, just poorly executed. It was poorly executed. We got some updates. I know BioWare fans out there. Well, funny. So some people were hurt. I saw Cammy tweeting about this earlier. For those unaware, for PS Plus monthly games for free in March, you get Dragon Age Veilguard. So if you don't want to spend the $70 and you want to play a decent game, because I think the gameplay's fun. I think the story's a little shaky, but the gameplay is fun. If you want to play a decent RPG, it will be free in the month of March. This was really quick. It took like 3 months. Dragon Age: The Veilguard on PS5 is the headliner this time around. Fans had to wait a decade between the new installments in the BioWare series, partly because the studio rebooted the series for the latest title several times. However, Dragon Age: The Veilguard failed to meet BioWare parents' EA sales expansions. In its first 2 months, the game brought 1.5 million sales, which is about half of what EA expected in that time frame. The player count includes those who checked out the game on the EA Play Pro subscription service, so it's not clear how many. Oh, I didn't know that. That actually changes it. Copies of the game EA actually sold, so we don't actually know. So yeah, it'll be free in March if you want to grab it. Not gonna lie, I'd be heated if I spent $70. For me, it's a tax write-off, but yeah, I would agree. I'll be trying to get a refund and just get the free version on PS5. Worth the cop? Yeah, it's free. Why not? If you got PlayStation Plus, why not? If you like Mass Effect's gameplay, you'll like this game. It's just the story is like, it's hit or miss. I feel like I'd rate the gameplay at 8 out of 10, but the story is like a 6. The story is very mid. This is why I don't buy EA games at launch, because they come to Game Pass eventually. I feel that. And what on my phone? No. PS4 niggas, you ain't playing it? Yo, chill. They're already poor. Since it's about to be on PlayStation Plus, watch they say it's the greatest game ever. We'll be keeping our eye on that development. We'll see. Was it really that bad now that it's free? Speaking of BioWare, though, Xbox missed out on Jade Empire's franchise potential. I always said I wish BioWare would have made a Jade Empire 2. BioWare's co-founder, Greg Zeschuk, has claimed that Xbox could have had another potential franchise hitting the RPG Jade Empire if it wasn't for Microsoft's short-sighted advice. Damn, we throwing Microsoft under the bus. If you've played another Dragon Age game, you won't like it because it's weak compared to the others. I disagree. Some people will say that, but I disagree because I played other Dragon Age games. I still liked it. It'll come down to the preference. At this point, I would say, what do you have to lose? It's free. $70, I understand, but now it's free. You got PlayStation, why not? He claimed that, in an interview with my Perfect Console podcast, Greg said that Microsoft convinced BioWare to release Jade Empire at the tail end of the original Xbox's life cycle. It was the worst advice, absolutely moronic advice for them, the stupidest thing ever, he explained. He claimed that Jade Empire should have been an Xbox 360 launch title, which would have made it more successful as a product at the beginning of the console's life cycle as opposed to at the end of the previous ones. I actually agree with that. Greg explained that if he had pushed more for development time and money, Jade Empire could have joined the ranks of fabled franchises like Mass Effect and Dragon Age, which goes back to what I say, timing is everything. Give us 6 months, give us the chance to make it a launch title for the 360, and we'd have another franchise, he said. Jade Empire launched, they're just in the stats. I actually agree with that statement. If it was a 360 launch title, it would have sold better, it would have did better. Jade Empire is a cult classic. Everybody who's played it loves it, but it's one of those games because it came out at the end of the Xbox's lifespan. A lot of people kind of missed out on it. Did it not do good? Yeah, the people who played it liked it, but what did it sell? I don't know. Jade Empire sale. Let's see if we can find it online. VG charts. I don't know. Jade Empire was fire. I beat it and watched my roommate at the time play it too. Why is this shit not loading? They should remaster it or give us a sequel or something. Ooh, yeah, that did horrible. That makes sense. Yeah, see, it's got a nice, it's a classic. If you've never played this game, you can get it on PC, I think. It sold 0.48 million, so 400,000 in North America, and then 190,000 in Europe. So it sold 700,000 total. It didn't even crack 1 million copies. I didn't know it sold that bad. God damn. You said a Jade Empire's fire? Yeah, Jade Empire is one of the reasons why people love BioWare. People love BioWare because of Mass Effect, Dragon Age, Jade Empire. That's their big three. But of the big three, I would say Jade Empire is probably like Chris Bosh on the Heat, kind of the forgotten player, but he was still very important, if that makes sense. So yeah, IGN gave it a 9.9. GameSpy gave it a 5 out of 5. Yahoo Games gave it a 10 out of 10. Oh, I take that back. KOTOR. How did I forget about You're right. Damn, the big four. Yeah, KOTOR, Jade Empire, Mass Effect, and Dragon Age. How could I forget about KOTOR? My fault. Y'all right. It's $15 on Steam. I'll cop. Yeah, if you don't want to pay $15, add it to your wish list. Wait for it to go on sale during a Steam sale. I'm pretty sure it'll be $5, bro. Get it. It's if you've never played this game, it's a classic. But there is no big three. It's just Big Me. All right, buddy. Is it a Chinese game? It's Chinese inspired, but it's made by BioWare. If you like Kung Fu, action, good RPG where you can make your own choices and stuff, the classic kind of BioWare formula with like the Kung Fu inspiration, you'll like Jade Empire. He thought that was hard. I know, right? Current BioWare has been coasting on the path. No, that's facts. That's facts. I feel like BioWare has been coasting off the success of Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3. Since the original trilogy, they've been coasting. The last real decent, and I didn't personally like it, was probably the not this Dragon Age Veilguard, but the one before it. What was it? Dragon Age, I don't remember what that shit was called. What was the Dragon Age before Veilguard? I feel like that's the last one people really loved. Inquisition. Yeah, Inquisition. Appreciate you. But yeah, classic game. Add it to your wish list on Steam. It's worth picking up. If given the chance, I could see this game going crazy in the modern era. Oh, it would. It would. People love that kung fu shit, bruh. The Jade Empire port on PC is god awful. Say it ain't so. It's just big Mass Effect funny. BioWare also made the first 2 Baldur's Gate games. They did. I forgot about that. They did. Anthem could have been great, guys. Could have been great. Live service games ruin everything. We got a slight update on the Wonder Woman situation. If you missed out on yesterday's stream, Wonder Woman was canceled by Monolith, the same people who made Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War. Also, they're being shut down as well. WB Games is just falling apart. So this was like the big story of yesterday. And people are really hurt because the patent for the Nemesis system out of Shadow of Mordor doesn't expire until 2036. So WB will hold the patent still, meaning that we will most likely never see another game with the Nemesis system unless they license it out because they're really strapped for cash. I saw this on my timeline, my For You page. This is somebody who worked on the game. Let's see what they have to say. Regarding the Wonder Woman game, others have already revealed elsewhere that I was a consultant on this game, so the Cheetah's out of the bag. I want to say a couple important things about the game and the team. I was asked to do long-term consulting on the game, and I was thrilled to do it. It was a perfect storm of stuff I adore. Wonder Woman, video games, and one of my favorite game studios, Monolith, who produced the Game of the Year Mordor games that I was completely addicted to. The game was gorgeous and expansive. It was beautiful to look at, and I'm not going to give details for a number of reasons, but every effort was made to make this game not just a great game, but a great Wonder Woman game, a showpiece epic. And all of that was because of the team. Everyone who worked on it brought their A game. Programmers, artists, designers, everyone. I don't know that I've ever worked with a team that cared more about making sure the end product was perfect. It was a dream come true. Wonder Woman had a dream team and they put their all into it. They made sure it had Wonder Woman and DC lore on every aspect of the game. It was a thrill and an honor to work with them. I know there's a lot of finger pointing going around, but everyone I worked with from Monolith and WB both have enthusiastic and were enthusiastic and supportive. Everyone wanted to make their best game ever. Sometimes you give it your all and it doesn't work out, but that was an amazing team, and I can only hope they continue to make brilliant games. Someone is going to snap them all up. I think she meant to say snatch them all up and set a new industry standard. And I have no reason to believe, first of all, this is annoying to hear that it was actually decent, but I have no reason to believe that she's lying because Monolith did make good games. I think WB Games was strapped for cash, and unfortunately this game was a victim because of it. Do you think that gameplay will ever get leaked? I hope so. I hope there's a developer out there pissed enough to leak some gameplay, like a working build with like a level or 2 or something like that. This is a game that I think was a victim of circumstance. They were still trying to figure it out, develop it. And unfortunately, because Multiverses failed, Mortal Kombat 1 failed, Gotham Knights failed, Suicide Squad failed, all these fucking failures. WB's movies, a lot of their movies have been failing. They just don't have the income to support it. They have poor decision making when it comes to making money. Yeah. I think, at what point are we going to sit down and maybe the next GDC, the Game Developers Conference, motherfuckers need to sit down and have a conversation about the industry. Everything does not need to be a game that costs $100 million or more, a big, expansive open world. We need to get back to making games that are smaller in scale, games that are 8 to 20 hours long, maybe semi-open world or linear. Really good story, voice acting, innovative gameplay. That's what made Astrobot so fun. It was a very tight and concise game. It was only 10 hours, lots of replay value, vibrant, good music. Bring good music back to the game. We just doing too much, man. Doing too much, bro. Everything don't need to be a live service game with a 10-year plan. How you got a 10-year plan and we don't know if it's going to be here for 10 years? Because I guarantee you Multiverses had a 10-year plan. That shit didn't last a year. This is really annoying. I've always wanted a Wonder Woman game. That's what I'm saying. There's never been a Wonder Woman game. Look at Belantro, man. Belantro was made by one person, I believe. It got nominated for Game of the Year, one of the best-selling games of last year. And it's on Game Pass now if you want to play it for free. They can renew the patent on the system so no one can buy it. Yeah. They can just keep renewing the patent. I'm hoping the retribution for this is they get so strapped for cash, they're going to have to start licensing that shit out. And not only they're going to have to start licensing it out, they're going to be so strapped for cash, they're going to have to start licensing it out for the low. Because, like, if this game came out and it was successful as well as all the other WB games, them holding the patent, they could charge whatever they wanted for it because they were in a position of power. WB Games is no longer in a position of power. You now got to sell the Nemesis system at crack prices, guys. You guys used to have Coke, okay? I know that Coke and crack, they're a similar chemistry.
Resub just reminded me to
They're not a similar price.
Only fans
You guys got to sell it at crack prices now. Shit game with nothing but stolen ideas. Exactly. I think they're gonna try to sell it first, then lease it. Basically, they gotta. Yep. We doing a clearance sale. Y'all had the raw shit. Y'all used to have Blue Magic. Now your shit is stepped on. Don't nobody want that stepped on shit. They used to have Blue Magic. Now they got Red Magic. Y'all remember? And who seen American Gangster when what's her name? He had that meeting in the club with that snitch played by Cuba Gooding Jr. What was that nigga's name? He was a snitch. He was like, yo, I got Red Magic. He had that stepped on shit from the Italians. What was his name? No, not Frank Lucas. The other dude. He ran the commission in New York. See, H dealer who ran the commission in the 70s. What was his name, bruh? Nicky Barnes. Yeah, Mr. Untouchable. That was his name. Cuba Gooding Jr. played Nicky Barnes. That's who he played. So he was another drug dealer in the in Harlem during that era. So that's who he played. And he was trying to sell that. He had that Red Magic, Mr. Untouchable. This nigga's the very definition of learn to shut the fuck up, bruh. This man, if you don't know his story, he was a big H dealer. And the feds couldn't pin nothing on him, right? And then this nigga went and posed on the New York Magazine, one of the biggest magazines at the time, with the title Mr. Untouchable. So it pissed off the feds and they finally got his ass because it motivated him. If you're doing good in life, lay low, chat. Lay low. Nigga became a Super Saiyan snitch afterwards. Nah, that Nemesis system finna give these thug NPCs a big head beating my ass. Like imagine like a Batman Arkham game with that shit. That would have been fire with the Nemesis system. He looked like my uncle. You just call your uncle a snitch? Bad news for Sonic fans. Sonic Rumble. It's been pushed to spring 2025. Sega has provided a new release window of spring 2025 for Sonic Rumble, along with details about new game modes and features. Sonic Rumble's new release window was announced in a blog post on its website. Along with the spring 2025 window, the developers have provided details about new game modes and features such as Quick Rumble, Rival Rank, and the Cruise feature. The developers have also provided a roadmap for the game that gives players details about what to expect in the future release. In Update 1111, the developers added 12 new stages, new co-op battles, a special Rumble mode, friend invitation, and 12 new languages. The game then received a new quick play mode with the update of 112. Now, Update 120 will introduce a competitive and a new cruise feature, and new skills for each character. If you guys don't know what Sonic Rumble is, this is Sega making their own version of Fall Guys, but somebody didn't tell them they're about 5 years too late. So if you ever wanted to play Fall Guys with a shadow skin, you'll now be able to play it, guys, in 2025. Just giving the Sonic fans an update. Let's hop into the shut box. Sound like Stewie. You said it's lit, not gonna lie. Hey, everything is lit to Sonic fans. You can't tell them nothing's bad.